Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into taste evaluation, cases, and analysis. And trust me, we're about to explore a completely different way of thinking about flavor, one that goes way beyond just saying something tastes good, and right into the world of physical sensation.
So let's just jump right in with a pretty mind-bending question. What if taste isn't really a thought you have in your head? Not just an opinion. What if it's an actual physical feeling that your entire body experiences?
Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore. There's this whole discipline called gourmet taste talk, and it treats taste as a deep, profound mind-body experience. It's all about learning to tune in and listen to what your body is actually telling you with every single bite or sip. And that brings us to the fundamental principle here. The body feels first. The core idea is that before your brain even gets around to putting a label on a flavor, your body has already reacted. It's already had a direct physical response. So this is the really crucial part. When we start paying super close attention to those physical reactions, the warmth spreading through your chest, a little tingle, maybe your muscles tightening and then releasing, we're engaging our whole being. And the sources we're looking at claim this actually boosts what they call the emotion index, which gives you a kind of mental and spiritual energy. Now, this slide just perfectly illustrates the difference. On the left, you've got your standard review. The tea is bitter, then sweet. Simple, to the point. But look at the right. The gourmet taste talk approach tells a story. It's a physical narrative, the muscles tightening, then releasing into sweetness and warmth. You're not just describing a thought, you're describing a physical event. Okay, so to really get a feel for this, let's walk through 3 different journeys in sensation. We're going to look at 3 case studies that really show this whole philosophy in action.
First up is a Wu Yi rock tea. This is a really complex and famous Chinese oolong. And as you'll see, this is so much more than just a cup of tea. It's an entire experience that unfolds physically.
So let's follow this journey. It starts with a subtle bitterness, but not just as a taste, it's a physical feeling, a constricting, a tightening of the muscles in your throat and on your tongue. Then comes the transition. That tension lets go, sweet saliva starts to pool under the tongue, and this gentle warmth begins to spread through your body. And the final step? A resolution. The body settles into this state of deep physical stillness and calm, a clarity that the evaluators literally described as experiencing the way, or the Tao. Okay, now let's crank up the intensity. For our second case, we're looking at something incredible, a 20-year fermented extract called Xinhao. The name itself translates to something like divine blood, so you know this is going to be powerful. And the impact is just immediate. It's electric. A sharp, sour-sweet taste doesn't just hit your tongue, it sends a tingle through your entire body. And this leads to this amazing description of a cellular reaction, a feeling of actual physical vibrations radiating out from your core, like every cell in your body is dancing with energy. You can imagine how that physical sensation then triggers a huge emotional uplift, a profound feeling of joy and pure, revitalized energy. All right, for our final case, we're shifting gears completely. We're moving from that wild intensity to a feeling of pure harmony with an herbal chicken soup, or baeksuk, made with 17 different medicinal herbs. What's so beautiful here is the journey starts before you even take a single bite. Just the aroma from those herbs creates this feeling of calm and stability. Then, the clean, pure taste of the broth creates these gentle, pleasant physical vibrations. A deep, natural comfort. It's a perfect example of how harmony and flavor can translate directly into a physical state of soothing, lasting warmth that quiets both your body and your mind. So those cases show the incredible in-the-moment experience. But what about the bigger picture? This brings us to the next section, the habit of happiness. The idea is that this isn't just a one-off thing. It's a practice that can literally create a habit of happiness. And this brings us back to that key concept we talked about earlier, the emotion index, or gamdong jisu in Korean. Think of it as a measure of the depth of feeling you get from an experience. The whole idea here is that by carefully noticing and then putting words to these physical sensations of taste, you can actively raise your own emotion index. So how is this supposed to work? Well, according to the philosophy here, it's a kind of cycle. First, you sense the taste delicately, which revitalizes your body's cells. Then, by expressing that physical feeling, you share that happiness information across your entire cellular network. Over time, that shared information builds up, it accumulates, and the result? Your body literally develops a continuous habit of happiness.
It's a pretty fascinating link between mindful eating and your overall well-being. And this leads us to our final, and maybe most ambitious, section, a new global standard. This whole philosophy isn't being presented as just a personal practice, but as a new benchmark for how we should evaluate taste on a global stage. The core message, the one that's stated with so much confidence in the source material, is this. It's a bold claim. It basically frames this deeply personal, body-first approach as the new gold standard for what a world-class culinary experience should be. And so we end right back where we started with a question for you. After seeing how taste can be this incredible physical journey from the simple tightening of a muscle all the way to the feeling of your cells dancing, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? Could learning to taste with your whole body truly change the way you experience the world?